Welcome back to One on One, the most in-depth football show on YouTube. Today, we're going to put some shine on 3 underrated championship stars who should be snapped up by bigger teams this summer. But before we go any further, some rules. To qualify for our shortlist, these players must meet the following criteria. They can't be from the top 2 sides, as that somewhat defeats the object of being underrated. 2, they must have played in 50% of the available minutes this season, so we're picking on performance, not reputation. And 3, their value shouldn't exceed the £3 to £4 million region, as this was the average spend of a championship club last summer. And we want to show that if you're savvy, you can still get extraordinary talent at an average price point. Before we get started though, please do me a huge favour. Hit that like button and leave your 3 suggestions in the comments below. We want to keep shining a light on championship football, but we need your help in order to do so. Otherwise, it's Minecraft videos from here on in. 1. Calum OHara. 23-year-old attacking midfielder Calum OHara plays for Midlands side Coventry, who returned to the Championship this campaign after an 8-season exodus. The Sky Blues secured their league status in what appeared to be quite comfortable fashion, finishing 12 points above the drop and above regional powerhouses like Nottingham Forest and Birmingham City. Pretty darn impressive given that their wage bill stands at a lowly £4 million per annum. However, the table always lies. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Scratch beneath the surface and Coventry's underlying numbers reveal a slightly more frantic bid to stay up. Despite only conceding 10.7 shots per 90 in league play, the 9th best record in the division, the Sky Blues made a high volume of individual errors which could have seen them fall foul of relegation. The Midlands men conceded a league high 11 penalties. That was 4 clear of second place. They also scored 3 own goals, which was only pipped by Rotherham's abysmal 5. In fact, stats provider Infogol thinks they should have finished 3 places lower in 19th, perilously close to the drop. So why didn't they? Because, at the risk of oversimplifying Coventry's whole approach, players like Calum OHara and Gustavo Hamer were able to make amends at the other end of the pitch. O'Hara's been with the Sky Blues for the last 2 seasons, joining on a permanent basis after being released by Aston Villa in June 2020. 2021 was his best season to date, registering 11 goal involvements in his first full championship campaign. This means he played a part in 23% of Coventry's league goals. This is largely unsurprising given that OHara was only one of 3 players in the club's ranks to generate over a chance per game. He also completed a team high amount of dribbles on 1.7 per 90, the same as Emiliano Buendia at Norwich, the league's most valuable player. But he's not all attacking gusto. The Englishman doesn't shirk his defensive duties either, completing an impressive 2 tackles per 90 in the campaign just gone. That was the 3rd highest total for a player in his position across the entire league. However, one thing he needs to improve in order to elevate his game is his finishing. In 2021, he scored 3 goals from an XG of 10. That's a bigger underperformance than Timo Werner this season. Still, at least he's shown a penchant for getting in dangerous positions. Transfermarkt values the Solihull native at a mere $810,000, a snip considering that Bournemouth's David Brooks is priced at 16 mil, and they both finished on 11 goal involvements. You know what? If QPR want a budget replacement for Michael Olise, then they could do a lot worse than Calum OHara. Or do you think he could play at a higher level? Could they hone his energetic, creative skill set at a club like Leeds? Get debating in the comments below. 2. Alex Mowatt. I am desperate to pronounce his name Mowatt. Mowatt. Alright, I'm cheating a bit with this one, as A, the Barnsley captain might be playing Premier League football next term following their unlikely promotion bid, and B, he was recently named in Championship Team of the Year. However, the fact that he's still only valued at £3.6 million after his stellar 2021 campaign is somewhat revealing. This is a player that's been underestimated at every turn. 26-year-old Mowatt has been with the Tykes since leaving Leeds at the start of the 2016-17 campaign. His exit represented a quick fall from grace at Ellen Road, where he was voted the club's player of the year in 2014-15. However, after 2 seasons of diminishing returns, he was shipped off to Barnsley for just $600k. Even after his switch to Oakwell, Mowatt found it hard to hold down a place, and soon found himself out on loan at Oxford in 2017-18. Rumour has it that the Reds were preparing to offload the player the following summer, before the intervention of then manager Daniel Stendel. The next season, Mowatt was named Barnsley's Player of the Year, supercharging the club's return to Championship football. Since then, the Englishman has gone from strength to strength, culminating in 15 goals and assists from the middle of the park this season. Make no mistake about it, Mowatt is the beating heart of this overachieving side. He's the highest scoring central midfielder in the division. He's racked up the second most minutes in the squad. He's first for passes, key passes, second for long balls, is an extremely solid dribbler, is very mobile, illustrated by the fact he's only dribble passed 0.6 times per 90. Pretty impressive from the middle of the park, that. And here's the kicker, his contract expires this summer. If he's the first Barnsley captain to lead them back to the top flight since 1997, I imagine he'll sign a new deal. If not, I can think of at least 3 Premier League clubs that should take a punt on the Doncaster native. Not least Crystal Palace, who have 16 players out of contract this summer. He may also be a viable option for Newcastle, should Arsenal price Joe Willock out of a move. Again, hit me up with your thoughts in the comments below. 3. Keiffer Moore. What a story this is, by the way. This season, Kieffer Moore hit 20 goals for promotion-chasing Cardiff. That's 1 more goal than he bagged in the first 6 seasons of his career combined. In fact, just 4 years ago, he was playing in the National League, 3 years after first sampling Championship football with Yeovil. Sandwiched in between this tumble down the English pyramid was a stint in Danish football with Viking, where he scored a big fat 0 goals. Even when he found his way back to the Championship with Ipswich in 2016-17, he failed to start a single league game, gracing the pitch 11 times as a sub, scoring once again a big fat 0 goals. Now, after hitting double digits in back-to-back Championship campaigns with both Wigan and Cardiff, his 10th and 11th clubs respectively, Moore's star is shining bright. Now, to say Cardiff are a direct side would be underselling it. In the season just past, the Bluebirds finished 19th for pass accuracy and 22nd for average possession. However, they did finish first for successful aerial duels and set-piece goals. Without an informed Keiffer Moore, this approach just wouldn't work. This season, Moore won a huge 11.6 aerial duels per 90, the most in the division. For extra context, at his peak, Andy Carroll was winning 9.3 headers a game. Even 6'7" Peter Crouch only surpassed Moore's total in 2 seasons. Unsurprisingly, 1.3 of Moore's 2.8 shots per 90 come via his bonds. However, his return of 2.4 shots inside the box was the 4th best return of any striker in the division last campaign. This shows that he's not just a battering ram. He's adept at finding space in between defenders and timing his runs inside the box. Now, clearly Moore has limitations, perhaps masked by Cardiff's direct approach. He only creates a chance for his teammates every other game and has a lowly pass accuracy of 50%. This isn't a striker that wants to drop deep and link up play, something that may be asked of him at a higher level. Unless he went to Burnley. Like Harry Wilson at Cardiff, the Clarets have good wide talent in the form of Dwight McNeil. I imagine he would relish the opportunity of picking out more inside the box. Had anything serious befallen Chris Wood this campaign, Dyche's men would have been in serious trouble. So, maybe Moore would make for a good, cost-effective contingency plan moving forward. Or perhaps Wolves as a supporting striker for the returning Raul Jimenez. He would provide a very different skill set to the talented, but sometimes pretty meek Fabio Silva. If you've not done so already, I want your thoughts on all 3 and where they should go in the comments below. So team, that's it for another episode of 1 on 1. What would you like to see me do in future eps? Let me know on Twitter, Instagram, or just stick it in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.